Hi guys, welcome to Khong Driving, and today we are starting from our usual push-off point, the BHP station in Gombak, and we have a very special treat for you today. We are probably one of the earliest to get the Proton X70 Executive. It's 7:21 in the morning and we're on our way up our favorite mountain. Yep. Okay, so guys, this is the 1.5 liter facelifted Proton X70 Executive. This one costs 111,000 something, and this is the all-wheel drive version of the X70. This is not the premium, yeah, but I think maybe they should have a premium model with this drive configuration, because with all-wheel drive you definitely get better grip, you get better cornering, and when it's wet and raining you will be very glad you have all-wheel drive. And of course, if you're going into your dusun to pick up your durians or your sugar cane or your coconuts and whatever you want to pick up at your farm, the all-wheel drive version will give you much better traction in case the going gets soft or muddy. So the executive version all-wheel drive will have the same specs as the normal two-wheel drive executive Proton X70, except for the fact that it's got a all-wheel drive system. Now, do not mistake this for the Toyota Hilux or something that has got a all-wheel drive system that actually can go off-road. Yeah, yes, this one can go for mile off-road, but it's actually a system that's very similar to what you get in the Golf R. That means the front-wheel drive the car most of the time, and when necessary, on demand, like for example around a corner, if it senses that one wheel is slipping or it needs the grip, it will give you drive to the rear end of the car. So you get drive to all four wheels, and that gives you better grip and traction around the corners. Basically, that's it. So it's not full time, and you don't have to worry about it. You cannot disengage it, but it will engage and disengage by itself, all done by the intelligent system that comes with the car. So yes, it costs a little bit more, a few thousand ringgit more than the two-wheel drive executive, but is it worth it? Well, I would say yes, because you can't call yourself a full four-wheel drive vehicle if you don't have four-wheel drive. So this is what you have, four-wheel drive, and it's very similar to what you get in the Honda CR-V with all-wheel drive, in the Mazda CX-5 all-wheel drive. So for 111,000 ringgit, you get a very good car. Of course, the concern is, will it affect fuel consumption? You can say yes and no lah. The main culprit for fuel consumption is actually your right foot. And if you drive it at the normal speeds, like what we're doing now, about 110, well, I've done a fuel consumption test on the Premium, which is the two-wheel drive version, same engine, same drivetrain, with 19-inch wheels. This one has 18-inch wheels, yeah? And we got 7.4, exactly what was mooted by Proton. So I don't know what is the figure for this car, but we'll see. Maybe if we have time, we can do a fuel consumption test later. So today, what we want to know is whether the 1.5 liter engine, of course it's turbocharged, yeah, with 177 PS and 255 Newton meters of torque. We need to know whether that is enough to take this car up the mountain, considering that we have driven the 1.8. Okay, this is a 110 km per hour warning. It comes on whenever you're near 110, and then it goes off. So with 177 PS and 255 Newton meters of torque, compared to 181, I think, on the old engine, but a much bigger torque of 300 Newton meters. We are going to check whether this car is capable of doing the same, or even if it is not, is it just as good, or is it worse off than the 1.8 liter more powerful X70, which is the previous version. Now, in terms of the transmission, they are both the same. Ever since X70 went CKD, they put in the DCT instead of the 6-speed automatic. So the DCT is a much more engaging to drive because it's very direct, you know, it's direct shift, and it has very little slip. So that part is enjoyable. But what I also noticed is Proton, or rather the Geely part of Proton, have been very, very careful with this DCT. They have actually tuned it to be less aggressive. And why? Well, I suppose they want to make sure that the gearbox does not get abused. Yeah, so they control the gear shift. It's slightly less aggressive than some of the other DCTs that we know. So there is a manual shift, and there are driving modes. They have Eco, and then Normal and Sport. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Sport mode now. The meter turns red. And there is a manual mode, but there is no pedal shifter. Now, it is not rocket science to put on a set of pedal shifters. Maybe with the next facelift or something like that, Proton may consider putting a pedal shifter, because the DCT is a very nice box. It would be really nice if we had a pedal shifter, right, guys? Yeah, well, here's rooting for it. But there is a manual mode. All you got to do is push the lever to the left, and you can use the manual shift plus minus, pull down to lower the gear, and push up to raise the gear. Of course, if you're not used to it, you can just leave it in auto and it'll do a perfect job. Okay, so now we are in, what gear are we in? Manual 4. Yeah, this is 4th gear. Oh, when you shift to sport mode, your shift point, or rather your gear position, moves to the right. So it's not in the center as it used to be for the other one. Okay, so we are on sport mode and we're going to check this car out on the mountain, man. Okay, I'm going to shift down, 3rd gear. Settle in on my seat. And check it out in a couple of corners. With all-wheel drive, it should handle better than the 2-wheel drive. Yes, nice. Of course, we're not going to drive it to the limit, yeah. We will have a bit of reserve or monkeys on the road. Real monkeys, guys, yeah. Must preserve the nature. Okay, that is the corner that we took, and here we go. There's a HRV on the right hand lane. Okay, here's move over, thank you. More monkeys on the road. Yes, can feel the 4-wheel drive system working. That was 3rd gear, and it looks like 3rd gear is a very comfortable gear to move in. This is 2nd gear. Yep, can feel the 4-wheel drive system working good. It shifts up by itself. Very nice. So, as with all cars, you still have to ease the steering in properly. Okay, just remember guys, this is a SUV, yeah? And the center of gravity is higher. But so far, so good. It's quite predictable. The body roll is surprisingly not that much. Quite nice, corners quite flat. Nice. Okay, you don't have to worry about going up. It will shift up by itself. Just to make sure it doesn't cut into the lane. Shift down to second. Thank you. He saw us. Yes, four-wheel drive definitely corners better, man. Oh, this is fun. That was in third gear. You won't shift down to second because we're going too fast. Car going into the corner. Okay, he wants to turn right. Thank you very much for letting us know. Motorbike and a truck. Okay, we can take him on the outside. And we are here at a roundabout. Quite uneventful, I must say. Yeah, that was a good clean run. Couple of vehicles blocking, but it's okay. No problem. Okay, now let's proceed on to the second part. Just a quick check. Temperature is okay. We are still in manual and we are still in sport mode. Yeah, temperature is in the middle at normal. And there's a big roller in front of us. We'll take it on the left because I think he's turning right. I like how the tail tucks in to the corner. I think now the tires are warmer, so they are getting better grip. Thank you. Well, so far it's been fun. Okay, it may not be as fast as a lot of cars, but I think it's not any slower than the 1.8. So this car can give as good as it gets. I believe they may have changed a bit of the gear ratios to suit the 1.5 liter engine. Yeah, maybe the final drive has been changed, but the car feels okay, feels all right. Nice. Well, like I said, I think Geely have tuned the gearbox for durability, so it doesn't want to shift down so much to second because it's to save the gearbox from people like me. So if you want to shift, you have to be in the correct speed. So if you're going in too fast, it has to be third gear. Okay, we're in second. You can hear the shift. Okay, that's third gear. Oh, the sound recorder came off. Okay, it's back on. That slowed us down a little bit, but it's okay. Nice. Look at the all-wheel drive system working, man. The gear position indicator is a bit small on the meter, so maybe that can be improved. with the next model, yeah? A bit small, a bit hard to see. Okay, we're stuck behind the bus and the taxi and the truck. Okay, let's take them on the outside. But the bus is on the outside. Okay, the taxi is there, and we will follow the taxi. Thank you. Yeah, the all-wheel drive system works very well to give it an extra grip around the corners. So does it affect the power, the all-wheel drive system? Not really, because when you're on the straight and you're accelerating, you are basically on two-wheel drive. It's only around the corners that it gives you all-wheel drive, and that actually makes you go around the corner better and faster. So, oh, that was first gear. Yeah, because we slowed down quite a bit for all those cars there. Oh, sun in my eyes. Okay, and this is the last corner, and we made it! Yes! Woo. Yes. So, did I enjoy this drive? Yes, I did. It's not like a sedan. It's not really very powerful, consider that the weight is about 1.6 tons for this, yeah? And so, the engine has to work a little bit harder. But could it do it? Yes, it could. Temperature has gone up a little bit higher. We are about 3/4 now, but it was reduced a bit as we go down because we were climbing a very steep slope. Yeah, it's just dropped immediately. The temperature got down to normal almost immediately. Okay, we're going to go back into auto. Yeah, temperature is back to normal, you can see now. And we are in D, and of course we are at the top of the slope. Now all the time the aircon was on, yeah? Temperature is at 22 degrees. So overall, did the all-wheel drive make the car perform better? Yes, it did. Definitely the grip is better. So if the grip is better on the hill, the grip will also be better when you're driving on the road through the B roads, any winding roads. Yes, the grip will be better. Does it make the car safer? Yes. If you ask me to choose between all-wheel drive system versus all the ADAS systems, I would take the all-wheel drive. Yeah, that means if I could only have one, I would take the all-wheel drive. In times of rain, unfortunately, it didn't rain this time, so we didn't have a chance to check it out. But if it rains, you will really appreciate this car with all-wheel drive. So actually, if I want to buy an all-wheel drive version of the X70, I'm okay with the executive. You know why? Because I don't have to pay for all the ADAS features and all, and really, I'm okay without them. So this one doesn't have anything. No blind spot monitor, no adaptive cruise control, no autonomous braking, no auto high beam. But do I miss it? Not really. Because if you're a good driver, you don't have to worry about such things. Yeah? But of course, if you are those who want all the comforts and the reassurance of having the advanced driving safety systems with you, sure, by all means, go for the premium. Well, if Proton can come out with a premium version of the executive, sorry, if Proton can come out with a premium version with the all-wheel drive option, well, then it'll be good, a lot of people will like it. But of course, you realize you have to pay more. Yeah, the current price now at 121 for the two-wheel drive version in premium. Well, I figure that based on pure permutations and all that, yeah, this would cost about 128, which is also okay, if there was an all-wheel drive version. So as for me, I'm fine with the executive version. So Proton, you don't really need to go and make a premium version of the all-wheel drive. I'm fine with this. So guys, we are at the end of our drive. So thank you very much for being with us. And till we meet again in the next video. Bye-bye.